10 seconds, people. 7 seconds. 7. 7 seconds is all I can spare to look at Chloe Price. Let's go. Oh shit. I'm so hyped.
Coming up in this Life is Strange Double Exposure Reveal livestream. All you need to know about the game. Learn more about this thrilling supernatural murder mystery from Deck 9 developers Jonathan Stauder and Felice Kwan.
What's the
There are
accent?
no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
Discover Max Caulfield's incredible new ability to shift between two parallel timelines.
Which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop and snoop and track suspects.
I want to say,
Welcome Hannah Tell, the actor behind Max.
She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
she's also a singer,
And
by
to
the way.
cap
Check
it
out her
all
songs.
off, our world premiere of extended gameplay. So get comfy, grab some snacks, and get ready to dive into this all-new adventure in the award-winning Life is Strange series.
What was the
This
texture
is
of
Life
popcorn?
is Strange Double Exposure.
Are we back in 2015? Okay, I'll shut up. Let's go. Oh god.
It's been 3 years since the release of Life is Strange True Colors. Since then, the team at Deck 9 Games have been hard at work on a game, a story and a world worthy of the return of Max Caulfield.
So
the
another
beloved
murder
star
mystery.
of the very first Life is Strange.
I've been here before.
We knew that this had to be something special. We knew we had to respect the 2 unforgettable endings to the first chapter of Max's story,
Facts.
while also crafting something new, something fresh that echoed and acknowledged Max's past challenges, even as it moved her personal story forward. Welcoming in new players from the very beginning, while giving fans the story they didn't know they wanted. The team have been collaborating, along with our partners at Square Enix External Studios, to bring Max and Caledon University to vivid life.
That's
And we
Hogwarts,
couldn't
that's
have
not
done it
Calvin.
without Hannah, Tell, and the rest of our stunning cast, whose performances elevate and bring nuance to every moment of our story. Together, we've built for you a supernatural murder mystery.
What is this?
Packed full of twists, intrigue, and heart that still delivers on every aspect of Life is Strange's DNA. Meaningful emotional choices driven by your connection
I don't
to
know
other
why people are
characters.
so mad
A
that
diverse
Max
and
does not
complex
look
cast
like Max.
that
She
reflects
looks
the world around
absolutely
us
like Max.
in all its joy, sorrow, and anxiety. Romance, humor, and light even in the darkest of circumstances. For those of you who have played every Life is Strange to date, we
Yes.
can't wait to welcome you back.
Let's go.
And for those of you curious about Max and her new adventure, we're delighted to have you join us. Welcome to our deep dive reveal of Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Please don't make me cry, this is too early. Yeah, Max looks like Max. I don't understand why people are mad about the design.
I'd never
She's like
use
10
my
years
power
older
again.
and you can see that it's the same person.
But 2 nights ago, I found my friend's body.
Some people
in the
say that
woods.
this lady in the trailer, I'm gonna show you who, that this is Rachel Amber.
I don't know who I can trust. Or who trusts me. But my friend Safi is dead.
Get it.
So why can I still hear her voice?
Somebody also did a comparison of this trailer and
Focusing my
trailer
power.
of some other Life
I
is Strange.
somehow
I think either
shifted
True Colors or
into a parallel
Life is Strange
timeline.
1. And it's kind of
Here.
the same.
Safi is still alive. But danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
I can still save Safi. If I can solve
Here she comes, this girl.
and prevent
People say that this is Rachel
the
Amber
same
for some
murder
reason.
across 2 timelines.
Let's go. Did somebody pre-order already? Somebody also
Life is Strange
saying
Double
that this is
Exposure
Nathan,
is a
but
thrilling
Nathan is in
narrative
jail,
adventure
bro.
game where you investigate a supernatural murder mystery. You play as Max Caulfield, a photographer and artist in residence at Caledon University, a prestigious college in upstate Vermont. When Max's new best friend, Safi, is found murdered in mysterious circumstances,
Did she say
Max
new best
discovers
friend?
she has the supernatural ability to shift back and forth between 2 timelines. In one timeline, Safi is dead, but in the other, she's still alive and still in danger.
Oh shit.
Max realizes the killer will soon strike again in both versions of reality. Max and the player will use her new shift power to explore 2 versions of this vivid winter campus. As you forge allies and pursue suspects across 2 versions of reality, you'll shape both timelines through your unforgettable choices.
How switching to another parallel
But it's a race
timeline
against time. A
is
relentless detective
helping you
has
to
Max
investigate
in
a
his
murder.
sights, and Safi's killer grows closer with every clue uncovered. With Max's new power to shift between 2 timelines, can you solve and prevent the same murder?
Wild, right?
Are they trying to hypnotize us with this screen? Pre-order.
Murder
Yeah, we got it.
mysteries, a narrative genre full of thrilling stories and intense action, scattered with red herrings and the inevitable climactic twist. But what happens when elements of the supernatural become involved, making the mystery at hand seemingly impossible to solve? And how do you write something so complex? I'm chatting with game director
when
Jonathan
it's
Stouter
parallel
and narrative director
timelines,
Felice
this is
Kwan
not complex
to learn
at
how
all.
they
This is
crafted
lazy.
Life is Strange Double Exposure's supernatural murder mystery. Jonathan and Felice, it is so wonderful to be here with you. How does it feel now that you can finally talk about Life is Strange Double Exposure?
It's definitely been exciting to finally get to talk about what Tech9's been working on these past few years, and we get to talk more about the game today.
We are excited for fan theories about what's going on in the trailer.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of theories. We're gonna have a lot of theories, trust me, because a mystery is afoot, right? And that is the core premise of the game.
Right. But not just a murder mystery, it's a supernatural murder mystery. What initially starts as a whodunit in terms of the crime very quickly becomes a how could this have even happened? How is this even possible sort of crime?
Somebody said that the
And then
evil
you,
person
as
is
the
also
player,
going to be
as
having
Max, are uniquely
superpowers.
suited,
That could
to
be
use your
interesting.
time powers to solve this crime.
Imagine
Can you
if
tell me about
Chloe is the
Max,
killer.
who she is and why she has time powers.
Right, so Max
If I
Caulfield,
cannot get
famous
you, then nobody
photographer,
can.
artist in residence at Caledon University, which is the setting of our game.
She's come to Caledon University to start afresh, to build a life that's separate from a past that she doesn't really want to think about anymore. But unfortunately for her, this mystery lands in her lap.
So Felice, can you set the scene for us? Because we've got mysterious pasts at play, but then also this is a very unusual murder mystery, right?
Right. So it is almost holiday break, dead of winter. Max walks up a hill and finds her friend Safi dead in the snow, seconds after seeing Safi talking on the phone. There are no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
So there's not really any evidence or leads to go by. How do you solve a murder mystery like this? What tools might you have?
Luckily, Max unlocks a supernatural ability. She is able to shift from the current timeline into a parallel timeline where her friend Safi is alive. And fans of the first game will recognize this as kind of an evolution of her rewind power. And why exactly that has happened is at the heart of the story.
What the hell was that?
So my understanding is there are two timelines at play here, one in which Safi is still alive, and the other, she's been murdered. If I'm Max, why don't I just stay in the timeline where she's still alive?
Because Max will very quickly discover the killer is still at large in the timeline where Safi is alive. And so, using her new supernatural abilities, Max will have to both solve and prevent the same crime across two timelines.
So we're dealing with 2 timelines and a race against time to stop a killer before they kill again. This seems like it was very complicated to write.
It was really complicated. It was also very
Hopefully.
interesting because Max meets essentially 2 versions of every person that she's investigating, 2 versions of the environment, and these will both differ in ways that are significant because of Safi's death. It is also kind of bittersweet because even the people that Max is growing closer to, like Moses, there's 2 versions of him as well, and she needs to navigate that.
Can you tell us a bit more about Moses?
So Moses is Safi's best friend, and he's an astrophysicist at this college.
I thought Maxine is her best friend.
And because of his science background, he might be the only person
Maybe
who can
Maxine
help
thinks
Max understand
Safi is
what's
her
going on
best
with her
friend,
powers.
but
And the two of
Safi
them
thinks
grow
that
closer
Moses
through
is
this
her best
investigation.
friend.
But Max has to wrestle with if she's ready to open up and tell someone about her powers for the first time in years.
Now, Jonathan, I can imagine that the multiple timelines also really lends itself to some interesting gameplay. What can we expect?
Well, so Max's ability to shift between the 2 timelines open up a whole.
The game is
slew of
releasing on the
gameplay
29th of
possibilities for us.
October.
So Max will be navigating between different versions of the same space impacted by Safi's death, and she'll be able to use these powers to circumnavigate puzzles, discover clues about suspects she might not otherwise have access to, in addition to navigating these different relationships in each space.
Oh, so like maybe in one timeline a door is closed, in another it's been unlocked, but it sort of depends on how you play the game, right?
Right.
Or Max can make sure that it is unlocked. in one timeline.
Now we're learning. I'm going to write this down in advance. And you mentioned earlier that this is described as a quote-unquote impossible murder that only Max can solve. Why is that?
Because Max can talk to the murder victim. She's the only person who can do that, and it's her relationship with Safi that's the key to solving it.
Safi's alive.
Max,
This
are you
woman,
okay? It
like
kinda
this
seems like you're on
woman,
drugs.
she literally coming from True Colors.
Oh,
The lady who worked for the company, I forgot her name.
no, I'm just really
Wokeness,
happy
I see
you're here
wokeness.
with me. And your mom.
So, drugs then.
So let's talk about Max's incredible new ability to bend time. Give us the lowdown on that.
Right. So Max has the ability to tear the fabric between these 2 timelines.
And what happened to the ability
instantaneously
of
travel
rewinding
between
time?
them.
That's also a
We call it
question.
shift.
That's a lot of responsibility and that's a lot of power. Where does it come from? Because we know Max to have had powers in the past, right?
Yeah, she actually does not have her rewind powers anymore. She has not used it because of the trauma associated with it and fear of what might happen. And so when Safi is murdered, she can't rewind. It's like losing fluency in a language. But
Can
she
you do
does
that?
care enough about Safi that she's willing to
Stop
use
speaking a
the
language?
new version of her power, the shifting, to try to help her friend. But why that has happened is Max doesn't know. It's kind of at the heart of the story.
So is Max kind of thrown by having this new power, or is she sort of old hat at this? She's like, yeah, I've just got another power. Pile it on.
She definitely at first, she needs to use the power to investigate how the power works before she can even start to investigate the murder. So right off the bat, she is concerned, is this some version of rewind? Have I gone back in time? She doesn't know. And so she starts traversing the timelines, pulsing and listening in on folks across the veil.
What happening
and
to the
deducing
Maxine
how
from
it
another
works.
Okay, so
timeline?
this pulse power, is that the thing that she does where it's kind of like an aura coming out of her fingertips and she can,
Hand goes up.
What's that?
Right. So Max can extend her supernatural senses to detect where the veil is weakest between the 2 timelines, the spots where she can shift. And in doing that, she can also grab a glimpse of other people, key objects across the timeline without having to shift, which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop and snoop and track suspects.
So when she uses the pulse, she kind of like takes this glimpse into the 2 timelines, can make an assessment, and then choose which one to shift into. How does the shift work?
Right. So when Max has identified one of these weak points between the timelines, we call them shift spots, she can use the shifting ability to instantaneously travel to the other timeline. So in a flash, she is instantaneously transported
love how
to
the
the opposite
room
version
looks.
of the environment, different non-playable characters around. And so she's able to use that to traverse puzzles, circumnavigate locked doors, suspects that won't talk to her in one timeline but will in another.
Oh, so like, is it apparent to the player Yeah, I'm in this timeline.
I wonder if they're gonna
Safi's still
ask
alive,
the
or I'm in
question
this
what
one,
happens
Safi's
to
dead.
the
Like, how
Max
will I
from the other
know?
timeline.
I will like confuse myself
Right.
playing this.
So
Does Max get confused?
She does. She absolutely does get confused. And along the way, she has to learn what's different between the two timelines along with the player.
Oh boy, what if
But
Max
Safi's
from the
death
other
not just
timeline actually
reverberates
killed
through the relationships on campus,
killer?
but also through the environment. And we reflect this in different ways, different set dressing, different audio, different lighting. The weather patterns change. It's the butterfly effect. And so Safi's death has this immense impact that creates two distinctly different timelines.
I do think that it will be really clear to both Max and the player where she's at. At the same time, she's juggling twice as many social interactions.
Yeah, evil Max. I feel like it's a plot twist.
Absolutely messes up.
A very
It's a lot of
predictable
fun,
one, though.
for Max to try to keep all of that straight.
Right. So she'll have to keep an eye out for dialogue choices, because if you're not paying
It depends
attention,
on how you
might
write it.
stumble into Max being confused about the timeline. Whereas if you're on your game, you can avoid those little faux pas in a conversation.
I'm sorry. I was being nosy. I don't know why. Probably just paranoid.
You think? Jesus, Max. Get your shit together.
And also, we're on a college campus, so she's supposed to be using this power to be solving a murder mystery, but I imagine there's probably also a lot of drama that filters through.
And she's an artist in residence, so she's supposed to be this mentor figure to the students who are still there on holiday break.
She's a
But at the same
mentor.
time, it would be really useful to manipulate these students to solve this mystery. So she is juggling a lot.
So Max Caulfield, who has been so closed off for so long, now has to be like, okay, I have to juggle all these new social situations and put myself out there. It sounds like this is going to be a big learning experience for Max.
Now I have more impossible questions than I had to begin with.
I have to ask because I'm just so curious, which came first, the idea for Max to have this timeline shifting power, or did your team just want to experiment with the idea of multiple timelines?
We have been interested in multiple timelines for a while because of that gameplay possibilities. But I think it wasn't until we were exploring Max's story that it really clicked how we could do it in a way that felt absolutely intertwined with the emotional journey as well.
And shifting and traversing the timelines is in the player's hands. You have to trust the player is going to do it.
Yeah, the player over the course of the game is going to learn how to use this ability to navigate the environments, the relationships, and then at a certain point, we just trust the player to navigate and solve this mystery.
When I woke up,
How does it work? You
Safi
trust
was
the player
gone
if you can only
forever.
traverse in the specific
now-
points.
I am in a whole new world of questions. What are these worlds? Timelines? Realities? Where did this new power come from? Is Rewind gone forever? Lucky for me, one question clearly takes priority. How do I protect the Safi I have left?
Now, as a big fan, I am so happy that Hannah Tell is returning as Max. But for people who are new, players who are new to the Life is Strange franchise, do they have to go back and play all of the older titles? What's the point of entry for them?
You don't have to at all. All of the Life is Strange games stand on their own and have their own story. And so for Life is Strange Double Exposure, players will have everything they need to understand the emotional context of Max's past, but it is a brand new location in a small college. There's new characters.
Well,
you can absolutely start with
Then I
this
have
first game.
questions about
Seems
Chloe.
like Safi rubbed a few people the wrong way.
How should I know? Go talk to somebody who's been here longer than 6 months.
We do all know that Life is Strange is all about choices and the consequences of those choices,
Oh, yes,
for better
that's
or worse.
interesting.
So for returning players like me who made really hard decisions that we now have to live with, do we bring those with us to Life is Strange Double Exposure?
From the
Yes,
first game.
so the returning players from Max's first adventure will remember that there's a massive decision to make at the end of that game results in two very different endings. And it was really important at Deck 9, if we were going to make another Max adventure, that the game would have to respect both those endings. Life is Strange Double Exposure does that very thing. There's no canon ending in our book to the first game. Double Exposure will respect both endings in Max's thoughts, her journal, her SMS, her interactions with other characters, what she opts to reveal about her past to her new friends. It's all reflective of that final choice.
For all of us players who were racked with guilt making those tough decisions, who kind of crave making decisions like that again, will we have lots of those choices that keep us up at night playing Life is Strange Double Exposure?
Yeah, Max will face a lot of tough decisions. It's kind of her thing.
Perfect. That's what I want. Bring it on.
Should have asked,
Bring it
are we
on.
gonna face all these tough
And so
decisions
it's
like
been
in
so
True
long
Colors
since
or
the
in Life is
original
Strange
game came
1?
out. For players who maybe don't have the original console that they played on, or let alone the save file from their Life is Strange 1 game, how will they import their previous choices?
So Safi and Max will have a conversation that's pretty early on in the game, and Arcadia Bay just comes up naturally in that conversation. So players can remake the choice then, or they could try the other way.
Okay, so it sounds like Safi is kind of like a little interrogation there with Max.
Safi's very curious about Max because Max is generally pretty closed off, and Safi knows there's something interesting there.
Okay, so that's where we're going to see this backstory come into play. Very, very cool. So it sounds like new players are all good to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. It was very important to us that for folks entirely brand new to the franchise and brand new to Max Caulfield as a character, that everything they need to know about her is right there in Life is Strange Double Exposure. And then for returning players, we absolutely honor the biggest, most impactful decision you're going to remember from that first game and carry that forward so you can see how that plays out in Max's latest adventure.
Is this about the blue-haired girl whose picture you keep in your wallet?
Wait, you snooped in my wallet?
Stop deflecting. The girl with the blue hair. What's the deal with you two?
Next up, we speak to Hannah Tell, the
We
iconic
were
voice
high
of
school
Max Caulfield.
sweethearts,
and be sure to stick
and
around
we were
because
just
in less than 10 minutes,
friends?
we'll showcase an extended look at
What
new
kind of
Life is
answers
Strange Double
these
Exposure
are?
gameplay for the very first time. You don't want to miss it.
Bitch killed off the whole town just to say later that they
I'm
were
Hannah Tell,
school
and I play Max Caulfield
sweethearts.
in Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Hannah, I'm so thrilled that you are back as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure. This is what we've been waiting for. How does it feel for you to return to Max? Probably a lot of emotions, underplay.
Yeah, so many emotions. It's an incredible feeling, and in a certain way, it feels like I'm coming home. I love Max so much, and we have so much in common. And my experience playing her the first time around was so formative in my life. It's a real honor to get to come back and
I can hear
expand on her
Max.
story.
This is so funny.
How did things feel this time around versus portraying the character in 2015?
Well, she's grown up so much. She was in high school in the first game, and now she's, out of her college years, she has a somewhat prestigious position as an artist in residence at this amazing university. And she has this whole amazing future ahead of her in terms of her artist career as a photographer. And I think that that's really given her a sense of purpose that's motivated her to kind of shed some of the shyness, parts of her introversion that held her back. I think that she's kind of grown out of that. She's more comfortable with who she is, and she feels like, hey, this is who I'm supposed to be.
Be safe, yeah?
When am I not?
She's been suppressing her powers while on the road, and now she's this artist in residence at Caledon in Vermont. Does she still feel like she needs to suppress them, or why did she feel like she needed to suppress them?
Well, the powers resulted in ultimate devastation in her life and everyone's life around her, and even like the space-time continuum with the weather-related phenomenons that were taking place because of her
those
using
options,
these powers.
they do not
so she feels like
feel
this is
like
like
she
a
had
deadly
something
weapon.
devastating.
It's not something that she's gonna ever want to use again, and also it really sets her apart from having a normal life and having normal relationships with people. So I think she's put that away very confidently, and is very hesitant about ever tapping back into that side of herself again. She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. We've caught up with who Max Caulfield is now. What has she been doing in the time between the events of Arcadia Bay to now?
Well, she's been on the road. She doesn't feel comfortable in any one place. And she's living like a nomadic lifestyle, taking photographs of abandoned, lonely spaces. For some reason, anything that's desolate or stark and intense really draws her eye. And she likes to photograph that. And she's made a bit of a name for herself by photographing these
So I
types
guess
of
what's gonna
images.
happen in this
And
game,
she
the
searches
same,
for them
absolutely the
and
same thing
stays in
as in The
hotels
Walking
and
Dead.
hangs out
You
in
finish a
local
season, you
watering
make some
holes
wild
and just kind of
choices, and then
absorbs the
second
slice
season
of life
starts.
of each little town that she's been in.
Oh,
and now
choices?
she's
Oh,
in a new
no,
environment
we have a
with
new
all
story for
new
you.
people and a new job responsibility
And new powers, too,
and
right?
new powers.
Can you talk
yeah.
about that a little bit? Because fans of the original game, we
Fans
love
of the
rewind
original
power.
game
You know,
don't give a
returning back
fuck
time,
about
but now
powers.
time
They
is
give a
moving in
fuck about
different
Chloe, to
direction.
be honest.
Exactly. Well, as Max has evolved, her powers have evolved. She didn't use that power for a really long time, understandably, because it created so much devastation. So it atrophied and it adapted into something different.
What if I told you there's this other timeline where Safi is alive and I can travel between this timeline and that one?
So she has this supernatural ability to move between the timelines, see the timeline where Safi is still alive,
Yes.
go into the one where she's dead, talk to people.
Yes, exactly. She has a unique position to figure out what's really going on in this terrible situation of
Is
Safi's
it me or
death.
she sounds a
So
little bit
I know
like
you're a true crime
Jennifer
fan.
Tilly?
So when you
Yeah.
got the call of, hey, we want you to come back and play Max and solve this mystery, where were you? What was going through your head when you finally learned the news?
Well, I was still in school. I was studying neuroscience. I was trying to prepare to take calculus. I had to have 2 different tutors. It was a horrible situation.
2 timelines, 2 tutors.
2 timelines, 2 tutors, 1 mystery, 1 failing grade. But I got the call, and it was just like such an amazing rescue from my math phobia. And it was the producer and the performance director telling me, and I just sobbed into the phone.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
As you can probably tell, the fan base, myself included, have a very personal relationship with Max. How does it feel for you personally knowing the impact that you've made on fans in the community?
It's just unbelievable to be playing a part that resonated with someone, so many people. It makes me feel so validated and so honored and so grateful. There are so many fans of this game
It's all
that have
connected.
created this really loving community where
Chucky is the
they
killer.
share their art and they pour their time and energy into creating gorgeous artwork or really intricate creative cosplays.
Got tattoos.
Tattoos etched on their skin permanently because the game changed them and the game changed me too. So I feel very connected to them, and it moves me to tears all the time.
Let's thrash, Shaka Brah.
Let's pretend you said something normal, but basically that.
And it's not often that an actor gets to reprise
Bro,
a
I'm gonna
character.
fucking cry.
Was that something that you, from a physical perspective, from a performance perspective, had to take into account? Because, you know, back in 2015, you were portraying a teenage Max versus Life is Strange Double Exposure was an adult Max. Did you have to change your voice or pitch?
Yes, well, my voice kind of stayed the same, but Max's voice matured and got a bit more deeper and more grounded in its tone, and her posture became a bit more sure of herself and tall and standing to her full height and taking up space and being comfortable with that. And so I had to, adjust everything about my body to try to convey her growth.
Damn. Yeah, she's very nice. I think she's like.
And now we're proud to present an extended look at the gameplay from Life is Strange Double Exposure.
I think Hannah is like the most important part of this game. Like, it's all on her. Even if everything
the Cliff Notes
that
version of what we're
surrounds
actually
is
here to
gonna be
see.
shitty, we still have Hannah.
A bunch of little pieces of a shattered asteroid.
And
From
she's amazing.
11 million miles away.
This is what I get for introducing you to.
Wow.
So, should we be worried about this crazy asteroid hitting Earth?
Wonder
Not in
how
my
the
lifetime.
soundtrack will sound.
And it'll probably
I really
disintegrate
hope it
before it reaches the
will
surface.
not.
All right, Max. You have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
That's not a nice question
I'm
to ask
documenting
Max.
that shit. Can you imagine how cool an apocalypse photo set would be?
Oh my god, this again? Nobody would see it. I'm telling you, art requires an audience. Otherwise, it's just...
Okay, jeez. Agree to disagree.
Awful quiet over there, Murph.
Is a Dada symbol on
wanna weigh
her
in?
outfit?
Oh, I wasn't listening. But, hey, looks like the equipment's working.
Eek, why am I not at home wrapped up in a blanket burrito right now?
I don't know. Me and Moses out in town without you? Think of the wild times you would have missed.
Lakeport's most notorious party animals. Bow, 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 bow. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, I brought cups. Figured that was better than passing the bottle around.
This is the best you could do?
That's a
I
cup
don't
from
work in this building.
Life is Strange 2,
Don't
isn't
blame me
it?
for the astronomy
The
department's
bear.
bad taste.
Mine says, I'm the world's horniest grandma.
Oh,
Grab a mug, Max.
Wow. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
the cup action is gonna have consequences. Good.
I have some good news. It's big, but I can't tell you what it is.
You can't tell us you have good news and then...
I don't want to say anything else until everything is finalized.
Mysterious. Well, whatever we're celebrating, I think it calls for a selfie.
Oh, I just got this camera and I want to get some good use.
Soundtrack was such a big part of all
What should
games.
we say?
That's funny, I never played any Life is Strange game with music. Because of copyright.
Moses has hypothermia.
I've got incoming.
I'm gonna,
I'm telling you,
nothing.
this is the Daniel's bear from Life is Strange 2. That's so sweet that they included it.
Good news, huh?
You two and your secrets. How you ever hold a conversation with each other is beyond me.
Of a
I'm
plane.
dying to know what Safi's good news is. Maybe I can somehow convince her to spill. I love how Moses always looks so passionate about his work, even when he's just crunching numbers. Hey, Moses, casually lean on the telescope.
I might knock it over.
Pretend.
What the hell? The music on the background is from the OG? I don't think so. I think it just kind of sounds the same, but it's a different composition.
Hey, Safi.
Just same vibes, yeah.
Find anything poemable?
The moon? Kind of. Though I'd hardly be the first. Carl Sandburg called it a friend for the lonesome to talk to.
Pretty. I haven't seen a moon this bright outside of Oregon.
Damn, the flashback is crazy.
Oh, a Max biography nugget. Those are rare.
10 years ago, I played Life is Strange 1.
Never
10
really talk about why
freaking
you came
years.
here.
You already know. Your mom threw me a lifeline, pulled me out of freelance hell.
One of these days, I'm gonna find out what you're running from, Max Caulfield. That's a promise.
Okay, spill. What's the news?
No chance. That vault is closed.
You're killing me here. Are you really gonna keep secrets from your dear friend Max?
You're one to talk, my dear.
Bye.
Okay, I'll leave you to your muse.
This sequence gives me true colors.
Hey,
The
Moses.
blonde guy, Alex,
Doesn't some
and
small part of you want to know
Steph.
what Safi's good news is?
All right. I think I have an idea. But once we go down this road, we can't turn back.
Okay.
Give this to Safi, if you can. You'll probably have to trick her into taking it or plant it on her.
Like a prank?
No. This has rules.
oh,
it's more of a game.
Safi is a Fallout fan.
Whoever holds
She
the
collects
bottle cap has to
caps.
do whatever you say. Well, within reason.
Moses, I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
You say that now, but Safi has a very loose definition of within reason. And she'll come for you next.
Okay, wish me luck.
That's no texture.
Okay, how am I going to plant this on Safi? Since Safi hasn't quit smoking yet, maybe I can use it to my advantage. I'm not above relaxing my principles to give Safi that bottle cap. There might be some other hiding places up here that could work. Could I hide the bottle cap in a snowball? Not
Damn, I
sure
cannot
wanna
wait to
rely
play
on
it.
my aim. I'd only get one shot. Safi eats these when she can't slip away for a smoke. It'd be totally normal for me to offer her one. Now I've just got to deliver this to Safi.
The music on the background is super cool.
Hey, Safi.
Mm-hmm.
Want a piece of candy? There's a few left.
Oh, twist my arm. Shit. It's a conspiracy. Come on, Max. Surely you, of all people, would let a girl have her secrets.
And violate the sacred covenant of the bottle cap? Never.
You know I'm going to get you back for this, right?
Less thready, more talk.
Okay. So, well, I've been shopping around a bunch of my poetry, right? Like, as a collection. And a publisher made an offer.
For real? Oh my god, Safi! That's incredible! Congratulations!
Thank you. Nothing signed or anything yet, so I want to keep it under wraps until all the paperwork gets signed.
Understood. Your secret is safe with me.
Oh. Oh, shit. Hello? This is Safi? Yes, this is Safia Llewellyn Fayyad speaking. Be right back.
So, would you really take pictures of the end of the world?
Yeah, think about it. I take photos of empty buildings. An empty planet? That's next level.
Okay. But it's like Safi said, nobody is ever going to see them.
So what?
Sure, but who cares?
Right?
I take a lot of photos nobody ever sees. I want to go out doing something I'm good at, you know? Oh, what?
No, nothing. Just didn't take you as a it's the journey, not the destination type.
I mean, I guess I'm not. It's more like sometimes you reach the destination alone. And that's okay.
Look at that. What a tale.
I wonder who are the romanceable
Moses was right.
people here,
This is
though.
awesome.
Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just dizzy. Maybe the champagne. I think I'm gonna take off, get some rest.
I can give you a ride if you wait a few minutes.
No, that's okay. I think a walk will clear my head. Think so.
So the power thing is started before even Safi died, which means it's not connected to Safi's death. Hopefully, if it's good writing. No, no, no. This is not the end, right? Okay, cool. You kidding me? Oh, let's go. Life is Strange is back.
I'm glad Moses invited me out tonight.
I can't recall exactly how you came into my life at all.
Obviously, when we're gonna be playing it, there's gonna be no music,
Caledon's a
but that's
beautiful
fine.
campus, but it's even better when it snows.
Just waiting to suddenly appear. Call me crazy.
Who's singing this?
Everything I know.
What a perfect night for walking home.
Do you guys know
Just
this
catch
song?
up with Safi tomorrow.
Promise this is what you want.
Safi's chain smoking again? Wonder what that call was about.
Please don't wait.
I feel like so many people gonna be very,
Wow.
very pissed with the game because I do get the feeling that they're gonna completely erase all the importance of Chloe. They said we want to respect it, but those two options, I don't understand that these were just like 3 seconds of showing the gameplay, but saying we were just friends or we were school sweethearts, completely erasing all the importance.
How far I'd go.
Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully.
Don't get to take a shot like this every day. Wow. You're really watching me, aren't you?
This is not a test.
Max!
The emergency broadcast system is now in effect.
I caused this. I caused all of this.
Oh my god, this is when the storm happened.
Max? Hey. Hey, are you okay?
She's bleeding again.
Something's wrong. Safi.
Hey! Come back!
Damn, I just want to watch the whole game right now. Can we not stop?
There's Safi. She seems okay. I feel like I should check on her anyway. Better safe than sorry.
Facts, facts.
Shit! Safi, hang on!
The gameplay released as a separate video. How long is it?
Oh, Safi's fine. For a moment, I thought...
Was she dead?
Safi. Safi? Hey. You okay?
Well, they said no murder weapon, no nothing, but she has blood, so apparently there's a wound or something.
Max! No.
Yeah, somebody with supernatural powers, because there's no way you can kill her this fast and this silent. She was just there. That'd be so cool if it's actually evil Max killing Safi. But then it is supposed to be a really good writing to make the whole situation good. Let's go. You see double exposure. Good Max? Bad Max? Double? Okay, I think I cracked it.
Thanks for tuning in to our Life is Strange Double Exposure Reveal show. You can pre-order the game now for release on October 29th, 2024. Yep, that's literally just a few months away.
I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
Right.
Pre-order the Ultimate Edition to get advance access to the first 2 chapters on October 15th, 2 whole weeks before release date. You'll also receive 5 outfit packs: Spooky, Decades, Final Fantasy VII, Fan Favorite, and Paw Prints, as well as exclusive cat content. Follow us on all social media at Life is Strange Game for the latest updates, and we'll see you again soon.
I was like, what is FX there? Very interesting. Very interesting. I liked what we saw. I cannot say anything like it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad. It all depends on how good the writing is, because once again, the situation with parallel timelines might be like a lazy way to go, but if you have good writing, it's gonna be amazing. Like, you know, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, they also had different timelines, and it was bad. It was messy. It was not memorable at all. I'm talking about the book. I don't know. I haven't seen the show, like the actual performance. I'm talking about the book. So I really hope the writers did great job, because, I mean, Even if the game is bad, we still have Hannah. It's gonna be W. Oh, so interesting. So interesting. So hyped. How many? June, July, August, September, October. 4 months. It's almost like a freaking half of the year. And it's not even the beginning of October, it's the end of. Oh, come on. I need it now. I need it now. The Chloe situation, though, she's carrying the picture of Chloe in her wallet, right? But then those options that we saw, I don't know, maybe she was not in the mood or something, or she literally moved on, but it was like such a big thing. It was literally the end of the world, and saying these basic answers, we were just friends or we were high school sweethearts. High school sweethearts is like so. What? It's so disrespectful. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm giving you 90% that the whole Chloe situation is gonna be just erased, like in the Walking Dead game decisions. Like, it was a big thing at the end of season 1, at the beginning of season 2. You know what? No matter who you picked, Kenny, Jen, whoever, they all died. You're just on your own now. Forget about them. Maybe the same situation, and most likely, because there's also what we gotta understand, that the devs, they said that you don't need to know the story of the first game in order to enjoy this one. So, no fan service, baby. No fan service. Yeah. Yeah, the game is not made by the original studio. I'm also sad about that. But then maybe it's gonna be finally the breakthrough of Deck 9. Maybe they're gonna create something really, really impactful. Everything that they created before, it was not bad, but also not very impactful. It was just okay. And okay is not enough for Life is Strange if we're talking about Max Caulfield. Okay is enough for Alex, whatever her last name, Chan, I think. But that's not fine with Max Caulfield. For Max Caulfield, it's supposed to be something really impactful. Because as they already said in the live stream, people are literally getting tattoos from the first game just because it really shaped us players as a person, and you cannot mess it up. It's a very, very responsible choice that they made, and that choice is gonna have consequences on the whole Deck 9 future. If they're gonna mess up this game, Deck 9 is gone. Deck 9 is done. If it's gonna be amazing, get that Deck 9. If you remember, she said basically she'll find out why Max was there, so she probably still didn't find out exactly what happens, unlike deflection in that scene. I really hope so. If it's just like that, good. I'm glad to hear that Max is carrying the picture of Chloe in her wallet. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you might be onto something, because carrying a picture of a person in your wallet and then saying that, oh, we were just sweethearts, definitely not working. So yeah, I think you're right, and I really hope this is the way it's gonna be. But yeah, everything is great. So far, what we've seen, everything is fucking great. That's gonna be a blast. I cannot wait for freaking October. Can we just go to sleep and wake up and it's the 2 weeks early? Because I'm definitely getting the Ultimate Edition or whatever it's called to play episode 1 and 2. Or maybe, oh, it's gonna be such suffering to play episode 1 and 2 in one day and then wait 14 freaking days to see how it all ends. God. Pretty sure the game is gonna be around 7-8 hours as usual. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we watched this reveal. I'm glad that this reveal was good. And let's go. When she said Shaka Brah, I was like, oh, girl, stop it. Let's go. Let's go, Shaka Brah. Life is Strange is always suffering either way. True. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. The cat thingy looks fun as well. I'm not a fan of animals, honestly, so I don't give a damn about the cat thingy. If it's fun, let it be fun. If it's not, who cares? I just care about 14 days early access. That's it. Well, alright, chat. I really hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll see how it all goes, and thank you for joining. Yeah. That was great. Alright, everybody. As always, join our socials. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to everything. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I think we're starting a Dragon Age adventure, so it's gonna be cool. Have a happy rest of your day, and see y'all tomorrow. Bye.